Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 75 of Gains, and this one is titled Unknown Strength. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure we can work it out, you replied, still loving the cuddle. Just then the office door clicked open and Bakugo sat back, getting off the bed just before the curtain was drawn back and Aizawa and Recovery Girl were standing there. Aizawa looked mildly pissed, but you had no idea why. You were the one who was hurt. Why did he look so mad? Bakugo, a word, Aizawa said, jerking his head for your blonde boyfriend to follow him. Bakugo just tensed his jaws silently and followed Aizawa off out of the room, hands shoved into his pockets like he usually did. What's going on? No one's telling me anything, you said to Recovery Girl. Do you remember anything, Yin? She asked you. Anything of what? Bakugo said we were training, but I don't know anything else except we both got hit and now I'm here, you said honestly. Yes, you were training and the training sounded like it got a little intense, Recovery Girl said. You have a concussion, Yin, and Bakugo is getting a stern talking to since he does remember everything that happened and is therefore the more responsible one in the matter. But if we were both training then it's equal responsibility, isn't it? Can I talk to Aizawa too? I don't want Bakugo to take all the blame, you said, trying to sit up. Aizawa will come and talk to you here. For now, just rest, she said, indicating that you should lie down again. You complied and lay back down, waiting for Aizawa to come back in. Bakugo got sent back to his room after he'd spoken with Aizawa, and then Aizawa came and talked to you, so you didn't get to see Bakugo again after he left. Yin, Aizawa said as he stepped into the room again, drawing the curtains back before closing them and pulling up a chair beside your bed. Do you remember anything about the training that you did with Bakugo a few hours ago? No, sir. Sorry, I don't, you replied sadly. I only know what I've been told. Aizawa nodded. Are you aware of the damage Bakugo has sustained from your quirk? He added. Your heart sank. No, sir. I'm sorry, sir, you said quietly. I don't remember doing anything, so I don't know what I did. Bakugo sustained a sizable wound across his chest that also cracked 3 ribs, he stated, and you paled. He says you activated your quirk so fast you didn't see it and couldn't evade it. Sir, I'm really sorry. I didn't intend to hurt him, I promise. Bakugo and I are friends. I'm really sorry. I know sorry doesn't cut it, but... Let me speak, Aizawa said, holding up his hand to stop you from talking. When you first came here, your quirk was very subpar, power and application-wise, but what Bakugo described to me was very different to what I have witnessed with my own eyes. I will give you 2 days to recover, and then I will arrange for a quirk evaluator to come in. A quirk evaluator? You asked. What will they do? They're going to assess your power output. Your quirk has the capacity to be very dangerous, and if you're unaware of how powerful you are, this could mean fatalities. We need to know your capabilities so that we can work with you to help you control and manage your power, he said. You almost laughed. Powerful? You asked. Aizawa, sir, I can tell you right now, I'm not powerful at all. I don't think an evaluation is necessary. I will, and they will be the judge of that, Yin. For now, rest. Bakugo is aware of what he did, and I believe he feels remorse for the situation that unfolded. In future, you are both banned from training without supervision. You were about to object, but then thought better of it. Yes, sir, you said softly. He nodded and got up from the chair, and then left the room. You let out a perplexed sigh and rested back. You really wanted to know what exactly happened. Aizawa left then, and went back to the staff room. An incident of this caliber had to be written up in an incident report, and he had to call the quirk evaluator too. Hey, the zombie walks! President Mike teased as Aizawa entered the staff room. What's got you up and moving? An incident in the training arena. Both students were badly hurt, but are okay now, he replied blandly. Who? Midnight asked from her desk, looking up over the top of her glasses at him. Yin and Bakugo, Aizawa said. What happened? President Mike asked. Unsure, but Yin's quirk seems to have grown stronger and she damaged Bakugo pretty badly. She was not in her right mind when she did it, but he didn't have time to evade her attack, Aizawa said. Bakugo couldn't evade it? Midnight asked. The Bakugo Katsuki? Yes, that one, Aizawa replied. Where did it happen? President Mike asked. In Training Arena 4, Aizawa replied. I'll go down later to see if I can assess what happened. The camera's alive in Arena 4, President Mike said brightly. You can watch it back. Aizawa looked up from his papers at him. They are? He asked. Yes, they got fixed just in time for training exercises with Class 1B. Where have you been? The blonde teacher teased. In his sleeping bag, Midnight quipped with a smirk. Aizawa just stood up silently and left the staff room, making the other two look at each other before jumping up and running after him. Wait! Hold up! President Mike called as he caught up to his friend. Where are you going? To watch the tape, Aizawa replied. I want to see too, Midnight said as she stepped up to the left, and the trio continued on to the arena together. It was easy to see where Yu and Bakugou had been training, as there were scorch and explosion marks everywhere, but they bypassed the scene and headed for the main viewing room where the CCTV footage could be watched. Aizawa pulled the big iron doors open and stepped in with the two others behind him, eager to see what had happened during Yu and Bakugou's training. Finding the footage from a few hours earlier, Aizawa sat down in the chair there, and the others stood back and watched on the larger screen overhead, seeing lots of explosions and movements on screen as Aizawa rewound the tape back to the beginning to start at the best point. There he is, Midnight said as she saw Bakugou enter the arena and start stretching. Aizawa stopped rewinding the tape and played it forwards, the room growing quiet as they all watched the screen intently. They saw Yu enter and walk over to Bakugou and hug him. Midnight raised an eyebrow. They seem very familiar with each other, no? She said quietly across to President Mike. He nodded. Oh, Midnight's pretty quick, isn't she? There ends chapter 75. Stay tuned for chapter 76 coming tomorrow.